And someone just looked me straight in the eye and they said, Augie, you're wasting your life. Apply to college and become a youth pastor. No! And I went home and I did it. And I got some phone calls and I had some conversations with them. And on July 24th, 2013, I was accepted to go to school here. And then 2 weeks later, I was going to school here. But what he's stating here is that he's made the choice to do this, and those who become leaders should make the choice to do this, to be last and the gospel first. I became as one under the law. He didn't say I became one under the law. I became as one outside of the law, not I became outside of the law. But it's different. And that is because when you have the gospel, you have to be different. When I heard that when I was a teenager, I took it to heart. I lived in a place where everybody wore like belts that looked like the size of a plate. They had their jeans really tight and cowboy boots. They all drove big pick-em-up trucks and listened to Garth Brooks. I wore flannels, combat boots, baggiest pants I could find, and listened to Nirvana and DC Talk. I didn't realize that's not the difference the Bible's talking about here. Little late on that one. And he did all things to all people, or became all things to all people, so he could save some. The topic at hand that I've been beating around is this. If we are going around justifying doing what we are doing, we're doing it wrong. If we are justifying or cussing, or drinking, or smoking, sex outside of marriage, or cheering for the wrong football teams, if we are going around and we are presenting this defensive, hateful kind of behavior that says, well, I'm doing this so I can reach these people, we're going to a very basic adolescent high school argument that says, if I do something, I will be accepted because I did it. If I cuss, this group will like me because I cussed. If I drink, this high school group over here would like me because I'm drinking. If I smoke weed, then they like me over here because I'm smoking weed. But how are you presenting the gospel in that? I gotta tell you, I've done both, and it's not fun on the one side, and it's amazing on the other. We are really a church with everyday people having everyday problems, serving an everyday God. That's really what we are. In our church, as a leadership, we've decided that we don't want to drink. And it's not because we think our salvation is doomed if we do. It's not. It's because we understand if we drink, we are losing that lifeline to them. And because we're losing that lifeline to them, they will see us as a fraud and they will leave. And there are times, because some of our pastors are in motorcycle clubs where they go into bars. Really? Yes. And they order soda pop. And people are like, you ordered a soda pop? Yeah. Thirsty. And they'll have even Christians question them. And there are people that have told leadership in our church and have told me, if I drank, they'd walk out. So understand that there's going to be a time in your life where you're going to be presented to be able to present this gospel, this awesome story of Jesus, or you're going to be able to present whoever you are, insert name here, because I want to fit in. See, we like to use this as a defense, but Paul's not using it as a defense. He's actually using it as another way to present the gospel. This ties into the very first part of 1 Corinthians 9. See, they're questioning him because he's talking to the Gentiles. They're questioning him because he's talking to the weak. They're questioning him because they're talking to the people they hate most. Sharing the gospel is so important. At camp, I will stay up at 3 a.m, holding this what used to be a teenager, bawling their brains out because their mom and dad died in the last year and they haven't told anybody and they're not going to tell anybody, but they need a hug from somebody that's going to be there, not just to be there, be paid, but to be there and love on them. And then I get up at 6 a.m. and help that person who's never left the house before and call their parents and say, he's feeling a little homesick, can you just say hi to him? Wash and repeat and rinse all of that over again for 5 days. If it wasn't for the gospel, that would be insanity. I'm saying that because I value the gospel so much. Sleep doesn't even matter to me. I value the gospel so much, I don't care if you like what I've had to say. I hope that you guys can see this gospel every day. I hope that actions and interactions that you have, you share with others. My challenge is shut up and prove it. My challenge is step up and lead it.